that I get here? Where do I begin? Where can I feel safe?
Who can I talk to? Does anybody understand me? Where can I turn to?
Let's start the
What's
conversation.
going on? It's your boy Ryan.
And I'm Brittany.
And today we have a special guest, man. We got my boy Ryan Williams.
Thank you for coming on today.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
My
Really
man,
appreciate it.
you coming, man.
Absolutely.
This is another episode of Sober Talk.
Season
presented by
2.
In the house.
Season 2, y'all. Second episode in. Ryan, how you feeling about that?
Man, I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Feeling real good.
Yeah.
We're about to have some new things come up for y'all. New styles, new looks. So, see what y'all think about it, man.
Yes.
And right now, we also have a new creator on the up and up, man. Go ahead and tell us about yourself, bro.
My name's Ryan. Ryan A. Williams on my platforms. And I've been sober for almost, 6 years and 4 months or so. I can't believe it. Honestly, when I first started my sobriety journey, I was like, man, let me get through 30 days.
Right.
That's really what it was. I was in Milford and I was just like, new territory, new people, new faces. And I was like, okay, I can get 30 days. I'll see where I'm at.
Yeah.
I got 60 days, 90 days. And I just kept going after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just been a whole journey, like a whole self-discovery journey my entire 6 years. And I'm still learning more and more stuff about who I am, the man I'm becoming, and then just like what I want to do next.
So do you feel like it doesn't stop, the self-discovery journey?
Never.
6 years in? Okay.
It doesn't. Like especially if you do the inner work, like because there's so many like hurdles that you have to overcome in sobriety.
Right.
And my main hurdle that I just overcame this past year was just dealing with and I know you touched on this before in some of your other podcasts, like pain, betrayal, just heartbreak, things like that. It's like, that was the first time I want to say over the past year and a half, like I experienced like pain, heartbreak, sober.
Yeah,
Where you can't run, you can't escape, you can't get away, and you just got to sit with it. That was that led to my just new self-discovery of like, okay, where do I want to go now? And that was just it's eye-opening.
Yeah. I think that's the way to be, is to figure out like, where can I go from here? Like, what can I learn from this?
Absolutely.
I think that's the best way to self-discover. I'm 6 months in and I feel like my feelings right now, I talk about that, feelings and emotions and like dealing with them and learning how to identify them, learning how to handle them, like learning how to not react all the time. That's a process. That's a process.
Not reacting.
Yeah, not
We
reacting.
said that last week.
Not reacting.
People don't be knowing felony thoughts, bro. Long right now. And we was just talking about that self-discovery, and I was talking about that with my sponsor, like me being on step 4. And
Tell people what step 4 is for the people that don't know.
So step 4 is basically you're making an inventory of things you may have done. I did it both NA and AA, so it's a little different but the same. So you have people who have harmed you, people you've done harm to, sex inventory, what was your part, what was their part. So I've been on mine for about, like I said, 6 months. And my sponsor, he cool with how I've been doing it, because each moment I'm finding something different about me, about that person, about a lot. And it's like you said, you sitting in a feeling sober. And I was telling my sponsor, I started last week, and I was telling my sponsor today, I was like, man, I get to a point with my emotions and I shut down to go into a survival instinct mode. And he was like, well, is that control? I was like, no, it's not control. It's because, one, I feel like a burden. Like, you got a problem. I'm calling you. You going through some shit. I'm calling you. You going through some shit. Who gonna stop to listen to my shit? That shit's stupid. But that's not how the program works.
Right.
In my head,
Self-preservation.
fuck that.
That's the perfect word,
I
self-preservation.
ain't about to, and you hate when I use this word. I know you do, my bad. I ain't about to be no little bitch.
I do hate when you use that word.
I got this.
I do.
I got this. But people that know me, once they see me about to break, they be like, you ready? Or I go into this, everybody, I'm such a bad person, everybody a bad person. I ain't fucking with nobody right now. Fuck you. So I was like, I'm tired of being like that. Why am I doing that so much? And so he just gave me an assignment. We talked about it, and I was like, you're right. I appreciate that. So
Let me tell you, Ryan, why I hate when Ryan used that word. I hate when men use that word in general, because I think that it doesn't allow men a space to be vulnerable. Like, and I think it's important to allow men to be vulnerable, especially as a woman. Because a lot of women be like, oh, he a bitch, he crying. And it's like, no, he should be able to be vulnerable in your space or in any space, whether it's your friend, whether it's your like significant other, whether it's your family member. So when they be like, I'm acting like a bitch, I'm like, no, you're not. You're being vulnerable.
And I get that, because now when I do use it, I use it just in the example of, okay, I'm being negative.
Yeah.
I'm being this. I'm gonna use that word just to show that I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it as like when you refer to it as that, you see it like, okay, this is the best way I know how to deal with my emotions. And that was one thing that I understand about my emotions is it's the best to get it out.
Yeah.
It's not good to suppress it because suppressing your emotions only causes you more harm on the long run.
Right.
And like when you talk about it, like men expressing their emotions in an emotionally intelligent way, it enables better communication. And that's what I always wanted to understand about my emotions, because I feel my emotions intensely. And I realize that's just who I am as a person.
Yeah.
But it's like, how can I like manage myself? Like, okay, what am I feeling? Am I feeling anger? Am I feeling sadness? Am I feeling fear? Happy, sad? Like those are, like being happy, that's one thing, peace is another thing, but like not a lot of people understand anger, because anger just really is the root of fear.
Yeah.
So that's what I see it as.
And I think, for me at least, I get into that mode sometimes only because, like, when you think about this, you would definitely understand. Both y'all understand.
Yeah.
Both y'all understand. But I would say, like, me and her, especially because this world is new. We building connections with people we probably would have never talked to before in our past life.
Maybe if we were using together.
But not even.
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying, certain stuff.
No, I get what
like,
you're saying.
I be drinking, I be saying something like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm good.
You say I'm cool.
I be like, but we would never talk.
Yeah.
So now you building these connections, you seeing people, you getting to know, almost in the sense of a new family. And it's like, dang, okay, I know I could be this with this person, but how? Because, I mean, you think so much in the old way of thinking, like, you got to build these connections, you got to build what you do. But sometimes building those connections is just like you that vulnerability with each other. And it's like, I have a hard time. I've had a hard time with that before.
Yeah.
Like now it's so much better.
Yeah.
Because then I can, I finally had somebody to say, don't say that. Don't call yourself that. I done met other black men who's in the same boat or on the same journey. It's like, oh, then we both feeling that way. Cool. Yeah. Other than just going to party or going to drink or talking stupid shit, talking life shit.
Yeah.
And enjoying it.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I know for me at least, it's new. So it's like, all right.
Yeah, because it's easier to be negative. You know what I mean? Like, it's easier to be like, oh, I suck. Oh, I can't do this right. Instead of be like, oh, I'm great. Yeah. Because it's like, you don't believe it. Yeah. And it's easier to be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I'm going to make an excuse of why I can't do it. But then it's like, and I've read some quote, and now, like, as we get on camera, I can't think of it. But it's just more of like when you say one or the other. If you say I can't do this or if I can't do this, you're right.
Mark Twain.
There we go. You knew it right away, because it's like it's all about what you tell yourself over and over and over again. Yep. And I realized that in sobriety, because when I first got sober, it was during COVID, and I was like, okay, I have the excuse to escape all reality. Like when I first went to Meridian, and I didn't have my phone, I didn't have social media, I didn't have anything, and I was like, yes, I get to start over. It was like me hitting that reset button. And after like the 2 weeks in Meridian, I went to Milford. I had no idea where Milford was before I went there, and then I just was able to just like escape my old life and just create a new one. Because I got my college degree, and I was working in the deli at Kroger slicing meat, and I'm like, ego's gone.
Yeah.
Like I gotta start over. And that was when I just kind of like steady build myself back up one day at a time. And then once COVID hit, like a couple months after I was already in Milford, I mean, everybody was on lockdown.
Yeah.
So all I could do was either I'm gonna go in one direction, I'm gonna stay sober, or I'm gonna get the fuck out of here and I'm gonna go back to what I'm comfortable with. Going in my parents' basement and drinking my life away.
Right.
And I chose to stay sober.
Yeah. What's up? COVID is a hard time to be sober too.
Straight
Because you
up.
think you don't have nothing to do but drink, but use drugs.
I
Like
didn't know what sobriety was.
you couldn't tell me in 2020 that I would be sober today. What's crazy, you actually couldn't even tell me a year ago that I would be sober today.
Damn.
Like what?
Yeah.
It just wasn't in my car. It wasn't in my mind until
crazy.
one point.
What you mean?
Right. Until one point I was like, oh, I need help. And when I got to that point, I think like even when you mentioned the whole ego thing, it took a lot of humility for me to say I needed help. And then it took a lot of like right now in my sobriety, I'm going through a lot of ego death. And that
Preach.
is correct. Ego death is insane, but it brings a sense of peace. So I think if you have too much ego, you don't have peace. So it's like,
Because it's like you're fighting with your true self, like your true self of like your higher self. I don't want to get too spiritual, but
You're saying like
Go
that.
ahead,
That's how you about to say it is the way it needs to be said. Say it for real.
we
Say
get
it like
spiritual
that.
on here.
Okay, because I'm extremely spiritual. And I didn't know how spiritual I was going to get here, but it's your higher self fighting with your ego, because your ego is always searching for comfort, no matter what, even if it's bad comfort, good comfort. And your higher self is like, I'm pulling you towards your purpose.
Right.
And your purpose is to go through the shit that you've gone through, and then you heal. You go through all your ego deaths, you go through your shadows, you pull those shadows out, those fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. You pull all that shit out like from the corner of the shadows, and you pull it out on the table, and you look at it, and you dissect it, and you sit up there and be like, oh, okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. And you accept it and you walk with it. You bring it to light. You don't bury it.
Right.
You bring it up.
Yeah.
This conversation is like excellence.
I like that.
Yeah. Because that's what the fourth step is. The fourth step is I always say it's like all the skeletons in your closet, you take them all out and you just pull it out on the table and you just go ahead and you tell somebody about it.
That stuff be hard.
It's hard, but it's like, it's so fulfilling because you got this weight on your shoulder that you got to get the fuck off your shoulder.
And you kicking ego in the throat.
All right.
By doing that.
Yeah,
Like,
because you're showing the ego, it's like edging God out is what ego stands for. And
oh,
it's
that's
like,
good.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it's you're edging God out, and you're essentially, you're like, okay, God is trying to shine this light that I have. We all have that light within inside of us, but the ego's like, I don't feel comfortable with that. Let's just stay here in the darkness, because that way we can just, make excuses and be comfortable. But it's like when you do the most difficult thing, and this is like Carl Jung, I've been so much into Carl Jung. It's like when you bring the unconscious conscious, when you fully step into your full true potential. So
that's good.
I like this. I like this.
Yeah, I've been heavy on all that stuff, because I went through like another spiritual awakening. Because I went through that first spiritual awakening when I like first got sober, and then I just got comfortable with life because I created the life that I wanted. Like I worked from home. I don't know if y'all ever saw the show Power or not. Yeah, so I was like the ghost of sobriety. I didn't want to start saying it. And I'm like. Because I bring it up to some of my other group of friends, and they're like, "I've never seen that. What is that on Netflix?" It's not. Yeah, so it's on Starz. So I always was like, I was the ghost of like sobriety in Milford. Like I just wanted to stay. I'm like, I know I'm sober. I'm comfortable being sober. I want to help everybody in this community and stay in my own lane. And then I had my jobs, and I would just still be in the community working in customer service, but I didn't want the fanfare. I didn't want the attention. I didn't want to be on Facebook like I got this many years, this many months. It wasn't about that, because I had killed my ego in that sense. Like I just didn't want the attention until recently. It's like, it's all good. You good? Roll it. Yeah. But yeah, no, I want to say about a year ago, I went through like another ego death, because I had to figure out, I was creating a new identity, and I got in a new relationship, and I was trying to figure out, okay,
Hold up, nah.
yeah, is it cool?
Pause.
No, we ain't pausing. Hey, Ma.
What?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Miss Deneen.
Hey, Mr. D.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing
Good.
great, yo.
Good. You on the podcast this week. I just want to let you know that. You interrupting us while we called. You called.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll call you back.
Shout out to Miss Deneen. I love her.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was like when I got in a new relationship, my first like real relationship was sober. And then like once that ended and I was like, oh, okay. Like it was like me ending that chapter. So I was like putting a death to that old Ryan. And then I had to go through like the grieving, the healing process. And it was like, who am I after this? Like who am I after the breakup? Because now it's like, before, if I had some type of misstep or something like I couldn't control, I would just run to the bottle. But I knew that wasn't gonna happen. So I treated that whole like breakup situation like I had to get sober again. So I went back to Milford every single day and I started working with guys just in the program. And I was like, got into this strict workout regimen where I would like work out with my guys and then I would, talk to them and walk them through walks of life and all their different situations. Then I would kick my situations to them and then I'll just go to the library. I just go to the library and I just like try to figure out what's attachment, what's self-love, what it is at the deepest of its core, like self-worth, like all those things that, like those other fears that came up again. After you're like, oh, okay, how do I figure this part out of my journey now? And that led to another ego death into like another spiritual awakening where it's like, okay, so I went back to therapy and then I started like seeking out my mentor, and my mentor just guided me into a direction of, I think you need to bring this stuff to light. You need to stop hiding. You need to bring this stuff to light because you have a story to tell that can help so many other people, not just in your community, but you can do it if you get on social media. And I was like, oh, social media, I fought it for so long. And then I finally was like, okay, all right, fine. I've done enough of the inner work, but now it's like, okay, I tapped into what I wanted to do on camera. And that was just a whole different agenda. Like I'm starting from scratch in August. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I hold the camera here, I say this, and then it's like, okay, well, this works out for me here. It caused me to get uncomfortable. And because I was just uncomfortable, I'm like, okay, how do I learn this program? How do I learn CapCut? How do I learn this app?
Growing.
And it just caused so much, and that's why I was telling you before, that self-discovery. You learn so much about yourself because you have so much untapped hidden potential. You just got to go through the shit first. And then once you continue to keep going through the shit, then it's like there is light at the end of the tunnel. You just got to believe that there is.
I understand the whole social media fear, but in a different way, with me starting to voice my sobriety and like talk about what I went through and especially share my testimony, because I've always had a following, but I always had to look put together on social media. Everything had to look like everything was great. Even when I was going through my addiction, people didn't know on social media, that they knew I was drinking, but it wasn't something I talked about. So as I started praying and getting deeper with God, it was something that he kept nudging at my heart. Like, you got to share a testimony. Like, you have to share it with people. You don't know how many people you're going to help when you share it. And that was such a fear for me. Like, I'm like, I don't want people to know that I went through this, but like, I was meant to go through this for people to, to bring people out on the other side. And it's actually pulling me into my purpose and my calling. So it's a whole nother lane that I'm in. Like, I even have people reaching out to me, all the women reaching out all the time. And it's like, what? Wait, Lord, I'm thinking I'm going to be something like a different type of, I knew that I had a spirit of influence, but I'm thinking it's a whole nother spirit of influence. I'm not thinking that it's going to be on the like recovery journey. So it's crazy how like my recovery and what I was already doing are starting to like collide, but just had to be accepting of that.
Absolutely. And that's what I was wanting to ask you too, because I can't even count on like my one hand of how many black women I've seen in recovery over the past 6 years. And then when I saw you doing it, I was like, what? There's one? Because like I see us all the time. And it's like because of that fear. It's that fear. I know that they're out there.
Yeah.
I've seen one in recovery in Milford over the 6 years that I was there, but not to the extent of like getting on camera, talking about it, making a podcast, and especially the influence that you have now. I know it's different because like you have that image that you want here, but it's like, how do I bring both of these images together and stabilize it?
Yeah. That was something I still don't see a lot of Black women in recovery. And that's been a hard thing for me, looking for a sponsor, because I want my sponsors to be a Black woman. So I have to start hitting a lot more Detroit meetings, because there are a lot of Black women in recovery in Detroit meetings, but they're not really coming forth on platforms because they're a little bit older. They're not like the part of my generation, but I don't see a lot of Black women in my generation in recovery. But I think that with me being open about that, it could bring so many more women to recovery. Because I think with Black women, and I noticed this even with my mom or like a lot of women in my family, we were taught growing up, like what happens in this house stays in this house. Like what happens, you don't talk about anything you got going on. And I think that I was the person to break that, like to where my mom's like, oh, you're sharing that? And I'm like, yeah.
Break the generation.
You know what I mean? Like I can't, I see how it's going. It's not, yeah.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing. It's like because you, and that's what it's hard too, because a lot of people do have these childhood traumas, but they're just not aware of it.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're aware of like, okay, my parents did it this way, but now it's a new world. I want to do it this way, because my parents were the same way. They were all about creating stability. Yeah. My parents like, all right, you got a roof over your head, you got food to eat, you can go to this school. And because I went all over, I went to like Catholic school for elementary school, and I went to all Black middle school, and I went to all white high school, and then predominantly all white college. And my parents like, you do these types of educations, you get this job, and you do the same thing that we've done.
Basically the same thing all us Black kids had to. This is the script.
Yeah.
Read it, know it.
Yeah.
Do the script.
Yeah, we don't really want to talk about your feelings. And
as long as we had the stability and the roof over our head and the food to eat, it was like, what's wrong?
What do you have to complain about?
Everything is fine. What are you complaining about? I'm like, wait, no.
And then when you do open up with something, I'm sorry, I was a terrorist. Like, you're not terrible. I'm a person. I'm my own person.
Because you did it to the best of your ability. You loved me to the highest capacity that you could. So it's like, I'm not ever faulting you. And I remember first, I used to blame, it was before I started taking accountability or even just trying to shift blame to take it off myself. I would blame my family, and I would be like, but then I realized, like, once grace started coming in, I think it took for me to start giving myself grace first to give other people grace. And I'm like, oh no, I got to give you grace. You did the best you could. You actually broke a lot of things that your mom did that I didn't even realize that you did until now that I'm starting to see grace in a different light. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to give you grace.
But that comes from maturity too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people aren't ready to face that.
That's true.
And that's what caused my addiction for like my whole entire 20s. I wasn't ready to look in the mirror.
Yeah.
It was always your fault.
Yep.
It's not my fault.
I did it.
I
did this the right way. I planned this out.
Yeah.
You're like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You fucked up. You didn't do this. You didn't do that.
Yeah. And even when that mistake was highlighted right there in front of my face, I was like,
no, what?
They did it.
Found the wiggle.
Why are you yelling at me?
Found some type of wiggle. Like,
hey, let me get away from this.
oh, no. You see me that? Yep, you did that. That's your fault. And you do that, man. You definitely do that. I know. I was talking about the social. For me, it's the fear of just like, a lot of my shit is fear.
False evidence appearing real.
Yeah. And it's only because I grew up with you think you arrogant, because as a kid, I was just very confident. Then as an adult, that shit went down to like I used to be like, hey man, like I look at my views or I look at this and I'm like, dang, nobody like it, anybody read the comment. But then I hear like 50 people talking about it or something. I'm like, oh, like I just be like, people listening to me. I just think I'm somebody that just be talking.
I feel the same way.
And that's when we was talking about it earlier. Like, what was like? How did you even break into it? And you was telling me. I don't know if you want to share that story. Like, you were forced into, not forced in a bad way, but you were pushed into that uncomfort zone.
Yeah,
start.
The way it happened to me, and I feel like we all need this. We need somebody to see our potential, and that's that's what happened for me. Like somebody saw my potential that I always I saw, but never like ran towards, because I was always like, even when I was younger, I was like in modeling, acting, and like being on camera, and I went to like California for like this whole IMTA thing, but I literally killed that dream when I was 18 and just went to college because I wanted to play by the book, and that was, in a way, it was like not what my calling was. And then I was like searching for answers, and I was just like something else. There was like, my soul was just trying to like bring this answer. It was like screaming at me, like to seek out some guidance, like spiritual guidance. And it was just like when I was like seeking out that information. I stumbled across my mentor, who now like walks me through this path. But she was the one who was like, you need to get your message out there, not just within your community, but through social media. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And she was like, you are going to do that. So she just kind of just like guided me towards that. And she was like, well, here's the plan. Like, we're going to do this. Like, we're going to work our way up to this. We're going to, still do some more work when it comes to like meditation and doing some more healing work and I don't know, like chakra alignment, all this stuff like that. And it got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And it was just, okay, this works. Perfect. Now do this. I don't want to do that. You're doing that. And she just continues to believe and trust. And I'm like, okay. And I don't talk to her all the time, but it's like, I'm at a state now where it's like, okay, I know what I need to do. Every time I feel uncomfortable, do it. Just like the same thing when I go to meetings for sobriety. I don't want to go to a meeting, but when I don't want to go to a meeting, go.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing when it comes to content. I don't feel like making content today.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
So like that was really what like put me into the whole content thing. And it's like, you watch your first videos, you're like, okay, that's cool. And then you get like a couple months in and you go look back at your first videos, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But like it's the constant thing of practice makes perfect.
Yep.
And it's like, once you continue to keep practicing at it, it feels better, it gets a little bit smoother, and then like your creativity opens up.
Yep.
And you're like, okay, I can do that. Okay, I can do this. What about this? Oh, and then you're a big fan of ChatGPT. I would always ask ChatGPT, like, what other app can I use when it comes to like expressing creativity, when it comes to like videos and voiceovers and things like that. And it just like continues to be a snowball effect when you just continue to run towards the uncomfortable, run towards the shit that is like scary. Yep. Because it's just fear at the end of the day. And it's like, yeah, people are gonna judge, people are gonna see it, and they're gonna be like, okay, that's cool, that's not cool, whatever. But with so much social media content that comes out on a daily basis, it's like people are gonna like it or they just won't. Move on.
Yeah, and you'll have you get to put your audience together. Like, you get to tailor your audience, and the people who support it and they watch it, they're your audience. And if they're not for you. Yeah.
Right. They're not part of your soul tribe. They're not there to walk with you. And and that's how we align paths, because I was at the gym and I was talking to I don't know if you remember Rob Comer.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so Rob Comer, I ran into him at the gym and he was like, man, do you know about Ryan? I was like, Ryan Pimp? And he was like, yeah. And then he showed me a Facebook page, and that's when we connected on there. And then I was seeing your content, you were seeing mine, and then like he was like, you messaged me, and I was like, man, I would love to be a part of it. And it's just how it goes. It's like, you put that energy out there, you start aligning with the people that are in it and in that space. And I just saw, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm down. Yeah. And I was kind of like, I didn't want to bug him a little bit because I know he was busy and whatnot. I was like, bro, we still gonna do it?
No, because I don't even know what was going on with scheduling at that time, because we had a schedule, then it changed. It was.
It's all good. It's like, it was that holiday season. You know what I mean?
And then we took January off.
Yeah, it's the holiday season, vacations and families. And because I saw you when Thomas was speaking at the open talk. And you're like, man, we're going to set something up. We're going to set something up. And I'm like, all right, cool. I wasn't thinking too much into it, because it's like, bro, Christmas is literally like 1 week away, 2 weeks away. So,
yeah.
It is what it is.
I was like, damn, man, we off January. Like I said, we off. Fuck, I don't want to think I'm bullshitting. It's like, all right, we back on. We call you. That's why I sent you that text, man. So it's like, we got to get this rolling. We definitely got to have you on.
For sure. Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. And one thing I always try to tell myself too with social media is, if I think of like, okay, I might have 70 views, right? But then I think of like 70 people in a room. It's so much different to think of 70 people viewing your video versus imagine having 70 people in a room that are watching you. You're like,
Right.
what? Like that's at one time. You like, that's crazy. Instead of thinking like, oh, I only got 70 viewers. It's like, no, 70 people are watching me. That's insane.
For real. Even just one person.
You be just one person.
Like honestly, even just one person who watches it, who resonates with it. That's the reason why I do the content. Because I don't like, yeah, we all do it. Because honestly, the biggest addiction for me, I know I jump around a little bit, but the biggest addiction to me isn't just drugs, alcohol, gambling, anything like that.
Validation.
It's validation.
Yeah.
You see it. Like it's validation. Like no matter what, because you're always looking for some type of external validation, whether it's like, person to person, or, you get on social media, how many views did I get, how many likes did I get, how many saves and all this stuff like that. You want to feel like you matter. And that's really what it is at the end of the day. You just want to feel like you matter, and that's how you get it through like the validation. But the message that I really want with just my content is like, okay, I'm seeing where my target market is. It's like in the 35 to 54 range, and I'm like, okay.
You're old?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, because I'm 35.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
That's so sad, bro.
Right, you like, yeah. I'm like, that's good. 35 to 54, that's 20 years.
I still was like, yeah, I'm
I know. Bro, because it's like I'm coming up on 36, and it's like, man, I still think like, because I feel like I'm like 25. But like when I say it out loud, I'm like, man, I am 35.
Y'all unk.
okay. Calm down.
Bro, what is she? She's like close to 30.
I'm 31. I'm almost auntie. I'm probably auntie.
I was just smile. I had somebody say that shit to me once. Hey, hey, look,
Bro.
Is that a term of endearment?
I'm not ready for that.
So it's not a term of endearment?
Yeah, it is, but
It is.
Okay.
It is.
called
I know.
I'm not, don't call me auntie. I don't
See?
care how old I
Yeah.
am. But it's different for women, I think, than it is for men. Like somebody like big aunt is different than somebody like auntie. You're like, wait, what?
It's like I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get up. That's how it is when
It's
you're
like-
a kid, though.
Yeah.
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 Not big bro.
Yeah. Like, we don't be big sis. Not even big sis, just sis.
I know. I
I don't even get called
different.
big man no more. There's
Man.
some people like, hey, big man. It's now.
Because I would always see uncles like 45, 50, you know what I mean? Like,
And like you said, we still feel young. I still feel
I still feel young.
20
for sure.
something.
that's what I'm saying.
And I'd be like, damn, bro.
I know. It makes you think too, because like anytime I hear somebody that was born in the 2000s, like early 2000s, I'm like,
Wow.
yeah.
You'd be like, wow.
You don't even know what Gigi like to do.
But I love that we grew up in that phase of going from like outside the internet. I always talk about that. Like I can appreciate that. Like we were the ones who started with the dial up and like kids didn't have they just AIM away
Let your
messages.
brother or somebody piss you off. You was picking up that phone. Oh, you on the internet?
Yeah.
Cut you right off the internet.
Thank
You gotta talk on the home line.
Man,
You gotta have a cell phone.
bro did
My mom
a
used to
lot
be
of
listening.
caking from the kitchen.
She used to be listening on the other phone like, girl, hang up.
Yeah.
Hey, before you... Yeah, hold on.
Right.
Ma!
Yeah.
You hear the click.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Man.
You hear the click on.
Somebody tried... It was so much fun. You had to ride your bike to find people.
Yes.
A cell phone.
Yeah.
Man, my son don't have his cell phone, and I don't know where he at. I'm going crazy. My mother had no idea what we were getting
Shit,
into.
until we got home. As long as we was in before
They
the
just
street
had to
lights.
let their hands go in there and be like, hopefully they come back.
Hopefully they come back.
Yeah.
And don't talk to no white vans.
Yeah. Don't get in the white vans. For real.
Hey, little bit, this is why we fucked up.
Okay. But yeah, no, when I sponsor like younger guys and I see like they're 21 years old and I'm sitting up here like, bro, I don't know if you're ready for this. Like, and I have to be completely honest with them because I know where I was at 21 and I knew I had a problem, but I wasn't ready to slow down. Like no time soon. And that's why I double check them. I'm like, man, I know where you at right now. You feel like you're untouchable, like you can do anything that you want. You got to check the ego. And more times than not, at 21, you're not ready to check that.
Not at all.
It's real deep.
Not at all.
If anything, your ego, I don't even know what to call it.
It's ego,
Like
it's
say-
pride, you're invincible. You,
Yeah.
like
Nothing
no,
can hurt you.
you know everything, and nobody can tell you shit. Because you haven't been humbled yet. You like, and you have so many years of being humble to you're really like, oh, you like. And I always compare it to like you touch the stove and you know like it's hot, and you want to be like, but is it still hot? And
Yeah.
you touch it again, it's still hot.
hotter.
And you just do it so many times, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
why you keep touching the stove?
Yeah. That used to be me. And now I used to have to bump my head to find out to touch the stove to see if it was hot. But now, and I know that it came with wisdom. Like I can look at if somebody else did something, and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Where before it was like, no, I'm gonna find out for myself. Or like
Discernment.
if I hear, like if I know, like if I hear somebody else's story,
But
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm cool.
That's what the meetings gave me, bro. Anytime
Yep.
I heard somebody go back out, I'm like,
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like I live vicariously through you.
Yeah.
You went back out, you came back here.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I know what's gonna happen.
I'm not missing anything.
Yeah.
And I kind of resist, like, even when I talk about meetings, I wish I would have done an open talk, but at the same time, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the open talk, it doesn't hold as much weight as I always thought that, like, it once did. Because you get up there and you talk about yourself for an hour, but then it's like,
I don't even remember half of what you said.
yeah. Like, like, you always figure out, like, what am I going to do after this now?
Yeah.
It's like kind of like you're still letting the ego run the show.
Okay.
Because when you do, and unpopular opinion maybe, but I just always saw an open talk as like, sobriety is about not letting the ego run the show.
Right.
And the open talk is kind of like highlighting, like you talk about yourself for an
Yeah.
hour.
Okay.
And with no like, dialogue, no constant like, like let me
Right.
hear your story, let me hear like this story.
Like, I can't even ask a question. Can I get a question?
Straight up.
Yeah.
And that's why I always felt bad because there were people in Milford that would do open talks and then they would go back out.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm so serious. Like at least 3 to 4 people, and it's unfortunate, but I would just like, I would see them do an open talk and I would go to their open talk and it would be like a huge celebration and they would go back out and it would just break my heart because I'm
Yeah.
like, you understood the assignment
Yeah.
and then it just takes over again.
Yeah.
I think
So-
open talks need to be strictly for like treatment centers for guys in there. Like if it's an open talk, like you said, just going to a meeting and they say, "Oh no, it's an open talk tonight." I'm like, all right, who is it?
Yeah.
If I fuck with you, I stay just to be
Yeah.
like I support you.
Yeah.
If it's just a random open talk, I'm about to go, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't about to-
So let me ask you, if okay, so since we're talking about sobriety, open talks, and I want to move into service work a little bit.
Absolutely.
Do you feel, because this is something that I've been kind of thinking about, I have a lot of people telling me I need to do more service work, but I'm thinking that a podcast could be service work. But I think that because it's a newer thing in a AA, it's not viewed as service work. Or open talks, like there's social media, like you sharing your story on social media, or you doing what you're doing on social media. That could be a new form of it. What do you think about that?
I think it's accurate because that's where we're going now. Because the world we're in, we're obsessed with our phones. And we absorb so much content. And it's like, how much of this content is brain rot compared to how much content is like actually educational and beneficial.
Right.
And that's where we come in as the change, where we're creating the educational content and talking about things that people actually go through.
Right.
Because we can go viral and talk about, like stupid videos and things like that, but the stuff that people really don't want to look at, or it's hard for them to look at because it's tough. There's a space for that. There's a space for guys who, need some type of like direction after they lose their girlfriend or they lost their whole entire house from their addiction. Like they need some type of guidance. Or women who lost themselves because they thought that this is what they were that was going to make them happy. That's service work.
Right.
It's service work because you're sharing your story and it's going to get to the right person.
Right.
Especially if that person is looking for that answer.
That's true.
And of course, face-to-face interactions is always the best interaction, but sometimes people aren't ready for that.
Right.
And I've come to find that out as well. Like I've been able to reach more people just through what I do on social media, people that I haven't spoken to in like 10, 15 years, they would just reach out to me and they're like, man, I love what you're doing. And I'm like, I didn't even know you were going through this.
Yeah.
And they'll just message me and I'm like, okay, perfect. Well, it's resonating with them. So I know that they're watching. I don't have to speak to them all the time. As long as I'm like giving a message that I believe resonates with me, could possibly resonate with somebody else. Because like me going through my journey is also healing somebody else's journey. So yes, I would say definitely online is great because so many people are afraid to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult.
Yeah. Or don't know how.
Yeah.
Like I have a few people that I know that I sit around tables with, and I'm like, you don't understand that if you picked up your camera and you started it, you know how many people you would reach, like just by who you are and like your story and what you know now and the advice I be getting from you. Like, if you could pick up that camera and put that on social media, people's lives will change. Because you changing lives around tables, but you can change lives everywhere. Yeah.
Because like there's sometimes where you go to a meeting and it just doesn't hit. Like there are meetings like that where it just doesn't hit. It just like, okay, like I did my meeting, like it's part of like a task that I have to do for like sober living and like, okay, I'm here, sign my sheet, all right, I get to go. And then other times it's like, I actually like somebody's message that just hit home in 30 seconds. Like I like that. Okay, this person does more content like this all the time. Okay, great. Let me follow them on this journey.
Exactly. And I can come right to your page and see exactly what it is that I need to hear. Yeah.
That's why I'm be feeling bad about meetings. I'm open about meetings. I'm open in the mug about.
Do y'all go to meetings?
I used to go all the time. I used to run meetings. I used to run meetings for years. So it was like that thing where meetings would just give me solace where it's like, okay. Because I would go to Milford at least once a week. Like I made that like my thing over my 5-6 years in sobriety. Like I have to at least touch ground in Milford once a week. I have to at least hold this type of stand. Even there's like 2 people at the meeting, I still have to do it. I want to do it. It's part of that act of service that I was called to do. It's just, I was just doing it in the shadows. Like no matter what, I've been walking in this purpose for so long that these meetings, they matter to me because they matter to somebody else. And this new person that's coming in that just needs direction. So the meetings do matter because it gives some people, it gives a lot of people, honestly, hope. It just gives a lot of people hope. And that's what I love about the meetings. But it's like, there are times where they get redundant just because the message needs to be heard again. It needs to be changed up, but it needs to be
heard again.
It just needs to be spiced up. It just needs to be spiced up, and like that's where the whole social media aspect comes in. It's like that, like this podcast, like these types of things, where there are some podcasts out here, but they don't resonate for everybody.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'm just learning that I need to find. I found my few meetings that I like, but every meeting don't resonate. Like it's a few meetings I go to and I know, like I said, I know it's a couple people sitting around the table that I can hear something from that I need to hear. But baby, when I tell you the Detroit meetings, them the ones I like to be at. Like those are the ones I like to be at. They speak from a place of like, they're not sugarcoated. It's not just like we said, like the redundant, like, okay, step one, work the program. No, it's like they're speaking from, you could tell they speaking from their core, like from their heart, from their soul, and you feel it. Every single person you feel. I don't even got to talk. I just sit and listen sometimes. It's 2 I really like that I like to go to. Now, only thing I don't like about Detroit meetings is the men. They try to hit on you. They're a little creepy, but
you do it, baby.
Yeah, but the women, like seeing, so I can see potential mentors in there of women that I can look up to, or women stories I can resonate with. But I don't go every day because there are certain meetings I just feel like, okay, this is not for me, and it's fine, but it's for somebody.
Right.
It's just not for me. Yeah.
No, I get it.
I was thinking I want to go to more meetings in Detroit.
Oh yes.
Just to, we're gonna talk about this off camera. So, because I got some shit coming. We'll talk about this later. But I definitely want to hit up more meetings in Detroit. I want to do more work in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, I think the work we do will be so much more appreciated.
I feel that. Okay.
Yeah.
We could definitely talk about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sounds like a plan. Because honestly, I've been so secluded out there in Milford and the west side of, you know, just this aspect, because I haven't even really been this far east before. Yeah, I've never.
Like me, man. We don't come
This my side of town.
Hey, you Simba, you must never go there.
This is my side of
I'm
town.
always staying on the west, so it's like me coming to the east, it's just like different. I was like, man, I've never really been there. Never
The
been
winter.
there. Yeah. Honestly, like I'm riding down the street, I'm like, I've never seen this before. Yeah, at all. Like I'm not familiar with this street, that street, that street. So in meetings in Detroit, didn't even know they had them. I mean, of course
Really
it makes
good.
sense.
Yeah.
But that's always something that I'm like, okay, let me experience that.
Yeah.
Because I've done the same thing over
and over.
over again. And I've just been looking for some type of change, some type of spice. And yeah, that sounds legit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because something that really hit home, we was talking about audience and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, we got a lot of black women, a lot of stuff going on. People like us, upcoming influencers, men on some positive stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, we got other dudes out here that's doing their thing, and it's like, man, this could be a lot bigger than what we make it.
Always.
Because that's my thing. This is why I'm glad I got her. Because I think before I she'd be like, okay, let's tone it down real quick.
You're dreaming.
Let's put it in
Ain't nothing wrong with
perspective.
it.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, hey, listen, tomorrow we shooting to the motherfucking moon.
Yeah.
I'm like, how we gonna get there?
Yeah. It's just
Keep jumping
We gotta map it out.
high enough.
Yes.
So yeah, my scatterbrain. This is why I work perfect.
it's just it's like you always want to dream because that's your inner child, and you gotta let your inner child play, and your inner child has the imagination. Your inner child wants that, and that's your true self. Your true self is your inner child. Your inner child wants to be like, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, and then your older version, the higher self is like, okay, let's make sure we do consistent work.
Right.
Let's take this step first. Let's take that step first, and it will get there. Let's never stop dreaming.
Yeah.
But always continue to keep moving forward instead of backward.
Yeah.
Working with these two, I definitely got to get my social media up now.
Yeah.
But that
That's
makes
gonna be
sense.
like, where you at, Ryan? We on video.
Yeah.
Video 50 this week. I'm like,
Yeah. That makes sense as to why I found myself starting to like things that I used to like as a kid again. Or
Absolutely.
like just starting to do things I used to do as a kid. And I don't know when I started to suppress that or when I started to just grow up so fast, but it's just things now I'll be like, I didn't realize how fun this really was. It's like I'm going back to things I used to do in my childhood.
Absolutely.
It's fun.
That's why I always play basketball, bro. I absolutely love playing basketball. And I've always loved it as a kid. It's like my meditation. It's my sanctuary. If there's nobody in the gym, peace on earth.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, no matter what, I have to play basketball. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I gotta do the 40 and stuff.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Like, I ain't 40 yet, but I ain't playing with these young kids. I'm going to the 40 and up later. I'm practicing with them.
I always get nervous because people out here, I'm not even gonna speak into existence. There's just injuries, and that's all. I'll just leave it at that. I don't because a couple of my buddies, they just been talking about it. I'm like, I'm not even thinking about it. So anytime I feel anything, I'm like, okay, let me just walk around, just shoot a couple baskets, and we're just good here. But I realized, like, nature walks and just journaling.
Yes.
That's another thing that I really had to get back into last year. Just journal every single day.
So talk about that.
Yes. So what really helped me is just journaling. Even if it's like I'm writing the same thing over and over and over again. Like I was doing this one thing, like I told myself, all right, I'm going to write what I am in life. And it's just all positive affirmations over and over and over. And I would just write that over every single day for, like, I don't know, 30, 60, 90 days or whatnot. And I would just date it and I'm like, okay, write it here, write it here, write it here. Just over and over and over. I didn't even have to, like, expand upon the topic unless I, like, felt like called to. And then once I did that for like 30, 60, 90 days, then I would say, okay, what am I, like, trying to accomplish? What are my aspirations? What are my goals? And then I would free write. Then I would just be like, okay, whatever comes to mind comes out. And that was another part where it's just like, okay, now I'm like starting to get the emotions in check and under control, and like really start to be like, okay, I felt anger this day, I felt sadness this day, I felt depression this day, I felt really happy this day, I felt so much joy this day. And it didn't have to be perfect. It didn't have to be perfect English. It didn't have to be anything like that. As long as I was putting pen to paper and just getting the energy out is like what was healing to me.
Yeah. That's what's up. I am an advocate of writing things down, and I had gotten away from that. And like I said, even things going back to your childhood, like you even notice you stop writing, like you're typing or you're texting or you're thinking. And I always say, and it also says in the Bible, you got to write the vision, make it plain. Mm-hmm. That literally, when you write things down, they come to pass. Like it's more likely that it'll happen than it won't if you write it down. And I'm starting to learn that. Like I'll be writing stuff down, I'll go back like, oh, I did that.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
Ever since we was talking about, I did that this morning. We was talking about how, man, you be up early. Lately, I've been at 3 o'clock. I just wake up and I'm thinking of something. Like,
there's a reason why you wake up that early, though.
Yeah,
it's a higher calling.
I know.
It's a higher calling. It's literally, it's something that says, I want to tell you something. And it's like specific. Those times, 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like really when you're. And this is spiritual. It's just your higher self is like, I want you to do this, and I'm gonna wake you up at this time every single day until you literally understand what I'm trying to do.
So how do you begin to understand, like, well, from your experience, what it is that
comes from? Like just stillness, silence, quiet, no distractions, no like, okay, let me go ahead and check my social media. Let me go ahead and check this news report, because I cut out all news. I don't watch the news
Me
at
either.
all. It's all negative.
Yeah.
It really is. So I just listen. Like I listen like, where's my thought here? Where's my thought here? Where's my thought here? Breathe. Breathe. And like it comes, like those answers, it's like, okay, oh, I want to talk about this. Oh, I'm interested in doing this. And then that's when the research comes. Like the best research, the best ideas, even YouTube. Oh my God, YouTube is like
University.
So informational, so educational.
PhD out of there.
I mean, buddy, like I will watch one video and then another one will pop up. I'm like, and another one pop up. Absolutely. And then I just let that play. I let that play because I've been up early. Well, it's like I've been working overnights because I've just been putting, like I've just foot to the gas. Like I've been like, okay, I'm gonna work during the day, I'm gonna work at night. And that's when my best ideas and my best thoughts come at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Like when everything makes sense.
And when you don't check your phone, because I stopped doing that. I used to just pick it straight up. Pick that and vape up. And when I stopped doing that and I started sitting, I think, then I start getting up and I write it. And I wrote it down. I'm like, bro, this shit, I just feel like I could actually do this shit. It's some far-fetched shit. But it's like, you know what? I can do this. But at the same time, though, because getting into the spiritual part of life, and when you like, you know, you wake up, you're being called, or you have to go through certain seasons. I be wanting to tell God, can you just make me a regular nigga, please? I'm tired of going through. Can we?
Oh, I do want to tell you about like numerology, life path numbers.
Oh, I saw that. I want to ask you about that on your it's in your bio.
Yeah. So I've been like big into numerology, but it just like it keeps screaming at me over and over and over again. So everybody has like a life path number, and it's like if you really truly like lock into it, read it. It's like an app that you can download on your phone, and like the numerology will tell you like, okay, I'm life path 1, life path 2, life path 3, and it always goes up to the single digits all the way up until 9, and then there's those master numbers. There's the master number 11, master number 12, or master number 11, master number 22, master number 33, and it's always about like, what is the overall purpose of your life? Because a lot of times it'll map it out for you real quick if you do a Google search, and it'll say like, all right, 1 is the leader, 2 is all about building a harmonious structure, 3 is like creativity, 4 is all about stability, 5 is like adventurous, and so on and so on and so on. I didn't memorize all of them because I'm still tapping into it a little bit, but yeah, I've been big into like numerology, astrology, learning my sun sign, moon sign, rising sign. It's just like there's so much to learn about yourself and like how you are in certain situations based on like, because it's all spiritual, numerology, spirituality, like numerology, astrology, it all like aligns together. It's just like you getting a deeper understanding of who you are to your core, because we all have it. It's based off of our birthday. So it's like what month we were born, what day we were born and the year we were born. And it all like reduces down to either a single number or a master number.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. That's what is your number?
11.
11.
11, it's like 11 and it's a 2. So like most of my life I've been like really around the 2, and it's like in the research I've done, it's like once you tap in, like once you hit like 35 to 45 or something like that, you mature more into the master number 11, and it's just all about being spiritual and like understanding that you can bring both worlds together, from the physical to the spiritual side.
How do you get your numbers? Like,
How did I get mine?
how do you get them like all together? Like, I want to get my numbers.
Hey, we can get it right when we get off camera. I'll show y'all. Like it's really quick. It's like you can even type in Google like, what is my life path number if I was born, April, blah blah 19, blah blah. Yeah. I mean, my birthday's out there, but it is what it is. Like, April 24.
Okay, I'm April 5th.
Okay, April birthday, Aries. That's it.
Yep.
Okay, that's why y'all cool.
Yeah. Well, you're Taurus, right?
I'm a Taurus. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Set up for a good joke. So it was a Capricorn, Taurus, and Aries having a conversation.
But yeah, no, it was very interesting to me because I even downloaded the app 2 years ago, and I just I would read it, but then it wasn't hitting for me. And then recently it just hit like a month or so ago, and I was like, oh, now I get it. And because I had the app downloaded on my phone for so long, and I was like, I wonder what this is. And that was just like my spirit was like, I've been trying to show this to you for 2 years. You know how you want to pay attention? So it was just I just kept reading it over and over and over, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, now this is starting to make sense. So yeah, I know not too many people know about the life path numbers, but it connects dots.
Yeah,
it connects dots that you always feel like, so what's next? Yeah, because we always ask ourselves,
right,
what's next?
Right,
and that'll give you a clear indication of what's next. Yeah.
I like that.
I want to know mine.
We go map it out. We go find it out as soon as we get out of here. So this is gonna help you.
What else you got coming up, man? Close out stuff, man.
Yeah.
You got coming up. You want people to know, or
for sure. So the goal right now is just continue what I'm doing. I want to do an ebook. So right now I've been working on an ebook, and I want to get that out as soon as possible. And then I also want to do courses. So I want to do courses from that. So the ebook will be about 30-day guides from rock bottom, how to, the best ways to go about it from day 1 all the way to day 30.
Nice.
And then do the course from around that. But yeah, that's just really where I'm at right now. And it's I'm not looking to get rich.
Yeah.
It's just this is what I want to do.
Right. Understood.
It's just what I want to do.
Understood.
to help people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's way more important than money. Man.
Yeah.
I love that. Somebody asked me that. They were like, so how, they were asking me what I wanted to do. And I was explaining to them. They're like, so what part of that, which part of that is going to get you rich? I'm like, I'm not trying to be rich. I believe my purpose is to help people. I believe, right. And he will. And I think that he gives me just enough that I need. Not over. He's not going to I don't think I need millions and millions and millions of dollars. What am I even going to do with it?
Because there's millionaires out there that aren't happy. And because it's you're not aligning with your purpose.
Yeah.
So it's if you're aligning with your purpose, God's going to take care of you.
Exactly.
He's going to put the right people in your life.
Absolutely.
You're going to follow in alignment because this is what you came here for.
Yeah, this
we all
is what
came
he put you here for.
Something.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, so
I agree.
we're taken care of.
Well, good luck with your ebook.
Appreciate it.
Let me know if you need any help with that. I do. I have a workbook, ebook, courses.
We've been trying.
I do all of that.
Talking about everything. I literally wanted to ask you about that because that was my whole thing about social media. Is what advice could you give anybody that's trying to just get started with social media when it the hardest part when you first get started?
Right. Okay, so I was talking about this on live yesterday. I was saying if I was to start over on social media today and I was to start from scratch, I would pick a niche, right, or a lane. So which a lane would be something that you talk about, and then I would build my audience off that lane. But I would make sure that like my videos are like it's calling somebody to an action. So like whether it's calling them to save it or share it, but I'm making sure my videos are teaching somebody something or solving a problem or creating some type of emotional connection. Because when you can do all three of those, or even if you're a little controversial in it, it's always going to pull an audience. It's always going to pull engagement. And then I also would give advice that the first 3 seconds of your video matter. So like on TikTok, the retention rate is 3 seconds. So what you say in the first 3 seconds of your video, whether it's a voiceover, whether it's you talking, or whether it's a text on screen, that has to grab their attention. And when it does, then it takes off. So I would say to post intentional content and not just consistent content, because everybody wants to be consistent and just post 5 to 10 videos a day, but if it has no purpose and it's not serving anybody,
that part, yes. And that was what I was always looking at as well. It's like, okay, I do these videos every single day, but it's like, is the message getting lost? Is the purpose, is it getting watered down because I'm just being consistent? I just want to get something out there. As
long as it's continuously teaching somebody something or solving a problem, which it is, or it's creating some type of emotional connection, it's always going to reach somebody.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Because I always want to be very intentional because the message, like, it matters. Like, and it's like you. And I feel like with now is just that 3 seconds. It's so, because there's so much noise, there's so much going on, and I feel like just creating that connection with people, it has to be real quick.
Attention spans are short. It's like, wait, you scrolling off, right? Like it has to,
I did that a couple times.
Yeah,
it's natural because there's just another.
There's so many. Yeah, there's another one.
There's another one.
Yeah. And then as long as you keep the message, you'll always continuously gain the audience, but don't lose the message. Some people lose the message because they'll think, oh, well, this is trending, let me go over here. Like I talk about that, like people are starting to like just post the freaking no-bake cheesecake recipe because everybody posted a no-bake cheesecake recipe, but it's like you don't even post content about recipes. So it's like, you might be posting it because it's gonna go viral and but you're losing your lane and your message, and now your audience is like, what the fuck are you doing?
Exactly. That's one thing. When we started this, I was like, I don't want to do. I was like, I don't want to trend.
No.
It's like, if it
keep the message
that goes with us, cool.
Right.
But certain conversations, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to go in that direction.
We don't need to.
I always saw that too. I was like, if I'm creating a foundational piece, and it's bringing in an emotional connection, and it's like, it's saying like, okay, this is what I'm embodying, and I want to see if you are going to resonate with that, and like that emotional connection. Because it's like, I know that I operate from like emotions, and I know that it's perfectly fine to do that. It's just grounded, calm, and it's just something where it's like, I know I'm not about to just go viral tomorrow. It's just, it is what it is. Like, I just don't have that type of niche where I'm like, okay, I made something funny or I'm doing something crazy. It's just, I know that I'm doing what I feel like is the best for not only myself but somebody else.
And what I teach a lot of my students is going viral isn't always equated to like views and likes, right? Like, look, if people are saving, engaging, and sharing your message, that's gonna get you, to the right people that it needs to get to. But people, because sometimes you can go viral on an algorithm that's not even your audience. So now it's like, you went viral and people might have viewed it, but that doesn't mean they're gonna follow you or they're gonna engage with you if it's not their their message to receive. Right, exactly. So
so much to learn.
It is
so much to learn.
It is.
Social media is like, it's a beast within itself. I remember I was getting on like 1st of August. I'm like, man, this is overwhelming how much stuff there is. Like the stories, and then just the reposts, and then it's like, all right, I got to be on this platform and post something like this, and I got to be on this platform and post something like this. Oh, there's this new platform coming up, like Substack. I'm like, well, okay, there's a Substack. Like, okay, all right, cool. And then like I just started like getting on the LinkedIn, and it's just like, oh my God, it's just so many just different niches and different groups and different subsets of people. It's like, all right, let me pick one lane. I'm staying.
Stay in it. That's it.
So TikTok, Instagram.
I still haven't gotten on TikTok, man.
You need to. Your message would really, it would translate a lot on TikTok, the stuff that you post, because people look for stuff like that on TikTok. Like, Instagram Reels, they do well, and your content does well, but TikTok, it's like if you start from scratch on TikTok and you start just taking the videos that you already have on Instagram and just uploading them on the TikTok, you'll start to just build an audience, and it'll just be your audience for your niche, for your lane.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get too caught up in TikTok switching over.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, because I've been hearing whispers about TikTok switching over and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's always changes.
It is.
I don't even know nothing about the switch over.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to post, man.
Yeah.
I did my first TikTok story. I'm like, oh shit.
That's hilarious.
So we gonna learn this together, man. We got
Absolutely, brother. We in this together.
Yes.
For real, for
It'll
real.
be our own face, our little glasses. Like, what the goddamn fuck is this? We're together, bro.
Say, we gonna figure it out.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, I swear, like, I was getting on, man, because, like, I went so long without posting on social media. Like, I would get on, and my dad was, like, killing me in posts. Like, he would post all the time. And I would just, like, he would always tag me, and I'm like, my dad literally posts all the time. And I don't post at all.
I'm posting nothing private. Hey, y'all.
Always golfing.
Yeah.
Always on the golf
never
course. Yeah. And he literally was like, he always be like, you don't see no dads like me out here. I was like, okay, all right. But yeah, no, that was one thing that I just had to learn. I was like, okay, all right, let me relearn everything.
Yeah.
Relearn Facebook, relearn Instagram, because I always had my accounts. It's just I was just never active.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not using them. Yeah. Understood.
Don't feel bad. We got this. We got this.
It's a new world.
I'm telling y'all, y'all about to see a lot of good work coming from 3-3. That's right here in your face. It's gonna be an interesting year, man. I can't wait to see what we do.
I'm excited.
We got this.
Yeah.
Got it. It's done already. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Sober Talk with your boy Ryan.
And I'm Brittany.
And we got Ryan Williams here. Ryan A. Williams.
Oh man.
We out.
See y'all.
Peace.